Hi, my name is James Ross from SARC 162, Stream A. I had an extension for Project 1B to till the 10th of October. Um, so I have chosen to call my project Intervention on Cobblestone, and the aim of the project was to create a feature wall within Cobblestone Park that reflects the overall design. And I am achieving it by designing a wall around the park's overall comfort and division of space. So I've just set everything out. Um, Everything is scaled, and I have made note of how it's scaled at the size of A3. So I started off by taking different comfort value tests, where I just rated an area of the site's comfort in a variety of factors: sunlight, sound, ambient noise of the city, the heat, how hot the area was, how windy it was, how exposed it was to wind, how cold it was, and how shaded it was, with 0 being the least and 1 being the most. I then took this information and made flow diagrams in artistic style and superimposed it onto a map of the actual park that I made. They are 1 to 50 at A3. Then I took those maps. Oh, and then I also did some digital analysis with the same values, but for slightly more advanced things, like where the different utilities were, where the seats were, how sound and ambience, how it relates to the different parts of the park, and average light intensity, with red being the most intense light and yellow being mild. So iteration, I've chosen to do put my site in this area of cobblestone, or in the feature area. I've just shown what sort of pattern of brick I've been using. The plan cut, section cuts are in red, and the blue cuts are just to show where the wall ends. I used blue and alternating between blue and red for these reasons, because later on it was becoming confusing to even me, especially with the plans, to know which was a section and which was just a top-down view. Then I moved on to iteration 2, where I curved the wall. This is looking from the street towards the campus, so I've labelled that a front axonometric. And then from the pardon me, I have a cold. From the campus down here to the road up here. Also, I have deliberately curved this, and you'll see in a minute that I have the plans that I was talking about. I cut it back so that when you're standing up at the campus, you can still look out onto the road without having your vision obscured unnaturally. So going back to here, these are my plans. And top down, this is the bottom layer, so touching the ground. And then at 1 meter, 1.5 meters, 2 meters, and then looking down at the top. So I have 3 section cuts from the front, just showing how the bricks are connected to each other. And then I have cuts on the left, just showing how the wall arcs and curves. And those are over 2 different pages. I also did a page where I was just thinking of things that I needed to fix, and also planning out where I was going to put stuff like the seating. And I also thought that if I was going to put seating in here, then there should be some ventilation through the bricks at the bottom. And then my final iteration is just more of the plan cuts and an axonometric, because the actual design has not changed drastically. A few alterations have been made. For example, this curve down here is less sharp, and this is a bit more, it's less steep, and I've incorporated the different ventilation points. My timber elements, I've gone with two different ones. There is a seat and a bench. Bench you can lie down on, and the seat just to relax in the sun with a study book. I've included a page for the incorporation and just shown where they are in relation to the wall at scale with an exploded axonometric. And then more design, just concluding that page for things to note, I've included a design considerations just to show the different things. Ventilation shafts. And yeah, this is where it is on the site, top down at 1 to 200, and a final axonometric. And here is my final design.